tell us about your last CD that you did together that I love.
Oh, thank you so much.
Very, very much.
Well, it's called I Remember Django.
Yeah.
And I do remember Django myself, but it's also the title tune is by another one of my favorite guitar players, Barney Kessel, who wrote this tune for a record that he did with Stefan Grappelli back in the 70s. And I kind of rediscovered the tune a couple of years ago, and I liked it so much, I started playing on my gigs. Anat started playing it with me. I loved the way she played it, so I decided to base an album around it, doing things that I associate with Django, not necessarily all specifically Django tunes, but just in the spirit of Django, basically. So some things I heard Django play, some things that I thought Django might have liked to have played, and like that. And I have rhythm guitar and bass on all the tracks. Anat plays 5 or 6 tracks with me. Another great trumpet player, Warren Vacher, guests on 4 tunes, I believe. And it was a fun project. It was very satisfying.
And you, Annette, you liked it? That was a good...
I think the album is fantastic.
You like that final product, yeah?
Yeah, although no, I'm sitting here and I'm holding the guitar, but
it looks good on you.
Yeah, it feels good.
I think you need one.
I'll order the Howard Alden model, if everybody can see that in the camera.
Yeah.
But on Howard's album, I'm playing soprano, saxophone, and clarinet, and we going from a duo to quartet, and from more traditional to pretty out there at moments. And I think it's a fantastic album. I've listened to it a few times, and it's fun because it has a lot of different varieties, and for me it's just a pleasure playing with Howard because it goes wherever it wants to go. The music it flows, so it's always a pleasure.
And tell us, I was lucky to meet Howard last year, but tell us a bit about yourself, like how did you came across Howard? Now
I walked across him.
Yeah.
Oh. I was lying on the road. She walked on top of me. I said, "Let's play."
I met Howard at least 10 years ago in Florida at the Arbors Record Festival.
That's right.
In the March of Jazz. That's where we first met each other. But a few years later, did we meet through George?
I came down to Jules to hear you play your Brazilian music.
That's where I used to play at a French bistro in Manhattan, playing Brazilian choro. And we were always begging. We were 5 people in the band, and we were always inviting a bunch of jazz musicians to come sit in with us. And very few of them actually learned the music, and they were brave enough to come and sit in with us. And Howard was one of those people. And he started to play choro, and we started to expand slowly the repertoire, getting together. We played, and it's just kind of hard to track exactly how it developed.
And we also met on David Oswald's band playing traditional jazz.
That is correct.
At Birdland in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yes.
We haven't done enough interviews together to really develop our story clearly. So it will slowly get its form.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time. Have a great show. Is that your first time in Django Fest?
Yes, I just arrived here today actually, and
I hope you have time to see
so
the
beautiful.
beauty here. Yeah.
I love the fact that everywhere I go, I see people walking with guitars. Isn't it cool?
It's beautiful, beautiful island, beautiful festival. So I
should
wish
be like this everywhere.
Yeah. Have a good show tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Great to see you again.
Great to see you again for sure. Like I always say, keep drinking good wine, listening to good music, and that's life. Huh?
It is.